Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
But going back to Jack, I know you probably saw it last week and the week before that, all over the country. We have the police press release, what they called terrorism sweeps. And then they say we were out fighting terrorists. That's anyone with drugs, guns, or traffic violations. And then it listed how they gave out thousands of different tickets to people. It was in the Tennessee papers, other papers. I saw it happening in Austin before I even saw it in the news and knew it was some type of sweep. What is going on here?
That was Operation Sudden Impact, and it's happening all over the country, Alex. We hear from our law enforcement people, federal, state, and local, here at our two police and military associations, and everything now is geared towards martial law and anti-terrorism.
By the way, the police are saying that in news articles.
Oh yes, they are. And what this does in these news articles is it keeps the terror feel. It keeps the terror in the minds of all Americans, and they say, oh, good, they're practicing anti-terrorism in our town, and so forth, because it just scares them when they see that word terrorism, and they keep it in there, and the people seem to go along with it today. But, of course, more and more people are waking up, especially our soldiers, brother. We're hearing from more of our soldiers all the time that are really, really upset because they're supposed to be in Iraq bringing freedom to the Iraqis, and their relatives, moms and dads and wives and all, are writing to them in Iraq and telling them how that we're losing our freedoms here and they're locking us down under this anti-terrorism facade, and many of our soldiers are getting very, very upset about this.
Well, Jack, I mean, how obvious is it when it's 50 federal agencies in one city randomly searching cars and taking you to jail or giving you tickets, and then they put up billboards saying crime is terror? That's the newest thing. I mean, this whole attack pattern is for the people. The border's wide open, but cops are saying line up against the wall, we're going to search you. And then it's just in your face.
That's very true, brother. It's a fraud and it's a fake because, as you know, our own government blew us up on 9/11. That and the Mossad, the CIA and the Mossad are the ones that did it, put that together, and it's amazing how they're using all of this to put us under martial law as we speak, without even saying you're under martial law. We're coming under martial law.
That's right. We're getting nighttime curfews for adults all over. Stay there, Jack. I want to get your take on Rush Limbaugh. He has come out and called for riots. We have an audio clip. Jack McLamb, Police and Military Against the New World Order. We'll give you his website, his radio show, of course, his weeknights here on the Genesis Network as well. But Jack, let me just play the Rush Limbaugh. By the way, NBC, ABC, here's their headlines. Rush Limbaugh calling for riots in Denver. Go ahead and play this audio.
North Carolina. Look, here's the key. Let me try to explain the thinking here in the operations manual for Operation Chaos. And let's not forget what this is about. This is not about securing the nomination for either one of these two. Because I, Sink You Suck, Commander-in-Chief U.S. Operation Chaos, think McCain can beat either one of them precisely because of Operation Chaos. They have both been bloody. They're both in the gutter. The blooms off the rose of Obama. Half the country hates Hillary. We don't now want to reverse course Operation Chaos and secure the nomination for Obama and have this end. We want this to go on. We want the superdelegates to have to make this decision, not the voters of the Democrat Party. This is about chaos. This is why it's called Operation Chaos. It's not called Operation Save Hillary. It's not called Operation Nominate Obama. It's called Operation Chaos. The dream end. I mean, if people say, what's your exit strategy? The dream end of this is that this keeps up to the convention. And that we have a replay of Chicago 1968. with burning cars, protests, fires, literal riots, and all of that. That's the objective here. And there has been nothing that's happened on the battlefield.
All right, stop. He just goes on. Now, a bunch of people, I looked at the number, 6? It's here in my stack. People died during those. Nixon wanted to, then in the 70s, bomb the RNC to get martial law. That's now on Frontline. I mean, I knew this decades ago, but now it's on the news. Recreate 68 has subgroups that say throw blood on cops, attack other people, break cameras, wear armor. They're linked back to big foundation groups that have staged this before. Jack, when we have the left and the right in the stage paradigm wanting riots there, that'll really be used to crack down on further free speech. What's your analysis of what you just heard?
Yes, they want chaos. As you know, Alex, we've known for a long time that their whole point is to bring chaos, and they can crack down more and more and more in the people, many times using the controlled press to tell them how bad it was and how many people were killed and injured and everything. The people will acquiesce many times to the crackdown. So it's out of chaos comes their new world order. So they want as much chaos as possible, and Rush Limbaugh is a part of this globalist Antichrist movement.
And I want to add, if there are bombings, deaths, killings, he's not going to get in trouble. If you or I got on air and said we need riots,
right,
or we need to attack police like these leftists are saying, we'd be arrested and we should be. Because that's not free speech. That's calling for crime.
That's it. Yes, and that's what he does, is try to stir up problems and to cause chaos. And if he's successful, then he gets attaboys, you know, good boy, and he's hoping. And these guys are so foolish, Alex. The police officers, the soldiers, the Rush Limbaughs, they think they're going to be part of the super rich in this world, the caste system of the super rich and the super poor, but they're fools. They are not. They're going to be slaves, just like the rest of us that aren't super rich to have $50 billion to $100 billion. You're not going to be part of the super rich, and whatever money you have, Rush Limbaugh, you're going to have taken from you because you're going to be part of the super poor. And they'll keep having him do what he's doing, but he's going to be a slave as much as we are.
Well, it's been analyzed. Rush Limbaugh, with his $289 million contract and other payments, is paid more than his show makes. And it's all Defense Department funded. Literally, that's been analyzed. Just Google it if you want it. We'll be back with the final segment with Officer Jack McLamb. Give you his contact info. Stay with us.
You're free, and freedom is beautiful. And, it'll take time to restore chaos and order, order out of chaos, but we will.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
That is from American Dictators. That is President Bush saying restore order out of chaos. That is the main New World Order skull and bones motto. We've always told you that, and then Bush says it in a press conference. In case you missed it, here it is again.
You're free, and freedom is beautiful. And, it'll take time to restore chaos and order, order out of chaos, but we will.
Well, there you have it. This type of stuff. That's just 15 seconds from the film American Dictators, documenting how they stage elections between controlling both sides. Jack McLamb, in closing, and I want to get you back up in the near future. Really appreciate all your work. I do see bigger strides than I thought we'd even have, but I see the enemy just not caring now. I think it's out of fear they have to just move. And I'm just very upset in my spirit. I have never been on this much on the edge of my seat, even before 9/11, and I went public and said, look out then. I think something really big is about to happen. I know they would have already staged more terror attacks. They would have already done more if we wouldn't have been exposing their false flag paradigm, their problem, reaction, solution, Hegelian dialectic. But I want the average cop to know that I'm not your enemy. I don't hate you because you got a uniform and you got authority. I'm tired of growing up and seeing the local sheriff deal the drugs and then send kids to jail who used it. And he later went to prison for that, by the way. You know, I grew up seeing bad stuff. I've seen hundreds of squad car videos of them framing people, beating them up, and it hurts my heart. I mean, I guess I'm a sap, but there's this thing of, it's not even something I was taught. I was taught it, of justice. You know, I mean, I guess watching the old Westerns, I thought that was reality. I mean, you know, I don't understand wanting to hurt innocent people. I don't understand wanting to set up people. I don't understand how you, and I know all cops don't do that. I mean, you know, I've run into nice cops when I was a teenager when I had beer with a date and they'd take the six-pack out and pour it out. You know, I'm not saying that they're all bad. I've had cops pull me over when I'm speeding and say, Alex, don't speed, because I guess they like the show or whatever. You know, I'm not even saying that's a good thing. The point is that more and more they're scary. And I'm so sad. And, Jack, where do you see all this going?